Oh.
Do you understand the plan?
Sir, yes, sir.
Hey, you, in the back!
Ah, the extra lard really brings out the flavor.
Randy!
Ah, come, you're not taking my land.
Can you tell me the plan?
Y'all best believe I can. Fred's gonna straight bomb the ever-living bejesus out of those commies. Kaboom! Kaboom! And then me and old Philly boy are gonna go in with the big guns. But none of yo's fancy supersonic thingamajigs. We're gonna blast the Sharon straight out of them with their musket. And finally, the talking tomato man that haunts my nightmares is gonna use his magical wizard powers to fight the Cometron 9000.
You know this is a stealth mission in South America, right?
That's right, Randy! You see, y'all gotta be more like Randy, understood?
Yes, ma'am!
Private, what in God's name are you doing here?
I launched a missile at the city.
Bill, I'm not even gonna ask.
Good, because I wasn't even gonna answer.
Alright, we're in accord.
By the way, who's the guy in the fancy hat?
Spies! American spies! Even the economic system that brought us the $1 cheeseburger, rising cholesterol, and the ability to sit for long periods of time without any obligations, my doctor tells me they're related, had to start somewhere. Adam Smith was born in Kirkcaldy, Scotland, and was the son of the comptroller of the customs there, but he died. So his mother raised him until he went to the University of Glasgow at the age of 14. And then Balliol College, Oxford, and he kind of hated it there, but at least he left knowing a crap ton about English literature. No wonder he hated it. Don't believe me? You try reading the life and opinions of Tristram Shady Gentleman and get back to me. You can get it on Amazon for $10.49. And you can buy The Wealth of Nations for $18.99. Hey, would you look at that? This is Adam Smith's Guide to Get Rich Quick with your host, Adam Smith. He assures me that it is definitely not a pyramid scheme. I will be taking no further questions as he has my family. Thank you everyone. Now, you're all here because you're all very, very poor bastards.
Hey, screw you!
Funny, that's what your mother said last night. For everyone else, step 1. Regulating industry is for poor people. By all logic and reason, this bar of gold is useless. Well, not entirely useless, but humans don't use logic and reason, so we give gold and a bunch of other shiny blunt objects value. Adam didn't like this. Smith reasoned that the wealth of a nation was defined by the value of all the goods and services it provides. Today we call this gross domestic product, or GDP. And there's no better way to produce more than your competitors if there's no regulation at all. Step 2. Divide like it's 1860. Alright, let's say you're selling some hot commodity. Anime body pillows, for example. You could have all 10 workers at Body Pillows LLC make the entire body pillow and produce 10 BPH, body pillows per hour. Or you could be more efficient and have each worker specialize in different parts of the process. One in stuffing, one in art, one in knitting, etc. And produce 100 BPH. That'll make me, you, super rich. Step 3. One must carry an FQgZmt on their person at all times. Smith wrote that for a country's citizens to invest money into furthering industry, the country had to protect this money. You know, with things like knives, guns, tanks, ICBMs, space lasers, and other things you could buy at the average Walmart. There is a ton more to the Wealth of Nations, but we've got to move on so we can talk about this guy. Karl Marx was born in Prussia in 1818 as one of 9 children. He was homeschooled until the age of 12 and then spent 5 years at the Friedrich Wilhelm Gymnasium. The principal was a friend of Marx's father, but the authorities found out he uses riot shields and COD, so they raided the building in 1832. At university, he had massive debts due, got sent to prison for having one too many drinks, and then got into a duel. Everybody needs a hobby. Over the coming years, he got into the bad habit of angering authorities and getting exiled, largely due to his radical publications. Welcome back to Adam Smith's Guide to Get Rich Quick, with your host, Adam Smith. The feds are knocking down my door. Please send help. Welcome back, poor people! My name is Adam Smith, and I'm not poor. Today, we're discussing whether or not gaming for 16 hours a day is healthy. Are you tired of being called poor? Nice beard, bro! I'm gonna tell you about the hottest new economic system on the scene that's gonna take the world by storm. Communism! The basic ideas of Marxism were that all property, especially the means of production, would be owned by the state, meaning there wouldn't be class distinctions, like working, upper, mage, and the wealth would be shared. Marx felt that the inherent greed of a capitalist society inevitably led to conflict. Thus, he called for the workers across the world to revolt in violent uprisings. Meaning that, unlike its cousin socialism, communism wasn't exactly compatible with democracy and capitalism. I'm sure this could never go wrong. America was getting up to all sorts of mischief leading up to the Cold War, like joining World War I and taking all the credit. Vibe check his balls, love Kaiser Wilhelm II. Oh, you've done did it now, Germany. I'm coming for you. You just wait. When I get over there, I'm gonna kick your ass. Woohoo, good job, team. I did most of the work, but you guys helped. So, we're gonna form this League of Nations so this never happens again, alright? Alright, how is that gonna help? Well, I have no idea. And actually, I'm not gonna join it. And we should place all of the blame on Germany, which spirals them into an economic disaster, eventually leading to the rise of a dictator that wants to take over the entire world. Sound good? Alright, see you in 23 years, throwing a decade-long drunken party. Hey Jill, can you buy me another beer? Isn't that your 19th tonight? 20th. Honey, we're gonna go broke. Don't worry, I've got money in stocks, we'll be fine. Well, what if it crashes? What if the stock market can't crash?
On the ground, filthy drunks! I'ma put you away for a long time.
Ooh, a beer! Crashing its stock market and putting the entire world into a crippling economic depression. Hey Jill, we're not gonna be homeless anymore. I found work. Really, that's amazing, honey. What is it? I'm driving around this guy's truck, and he tells me as long as I don't look under the tarp, he'll pay me a whole lot of money. Oh, that's sweet. What's his name? I think his name was Al. And blowing up Japan. But more on that in a bit. If you were a sports bettor in 1917, and you consider war a sport, then Russia would have been your prime choice for a communist revolution, and you would have been very rich indeed. Compared to the rest of Europe, Russia was pretty backwards. Serfdom was still very common, despite it being gone for centuries in Western Europe, and Russia was far less industrialized than its European neighbors. Hey, I'm gonna go head into town and drink the pain away, if that's alright. What? No, you are not. You want a drink? I'll give you a drink. Here, have some water. This doesn't look like water. Don't worry about it. The already starving population got really pissed off when Tsar Nicholas II decided to declare war on the Austro-Hungarian Empire. Oh my god! How could such a civilized nation allow such cruelties to occur? Don't you think that's a little hypocritical? We have to stop this at once! Prepare the army! Yeah, you know what? You want an army? Here's the army. Huh? Good luck, I'm headed back to Petrograd. Can't wait to meet some Germans! Guten Tag! In the February Revolution, named because it took place in March, industrial workers marched on the streets of Petrograd, overwhelming troops.
Why'd you stop shooting?
It appears I've ran out of bullets, sir. Tsar Nicholas was forced to abdicate and was replaced by a provisional government, and they advocated for free speech, equality under the law, and human rights. But this guy came along, Vladimir Lenin, and he was like, no sirree, human rights in my country? No way. So he and his Bolsheviks launched the October Revolution, named because it took place in November. This led to a civil war, and I'm sure you can guess who came out on top. What's up, Lenin?
Oh my god! Traitor! Somebody shoot him!
I got him, don't worry.
Oh my god! He tried to shoot me! Somebody kill him! Traitor! Oh my...
Now, Lenin wasn't a very stand-up guy. He was actually a pretty big douchebag. But Stalin was double the douchebag. Oh, you're a general? That almost rhymes with burial. You look like you're having rebellious thoughts. Off to the gulag. He also ordered the mass murder and deportation of kulaks or wealthy peasants. This and his collectivist policies led to a famine that killed nearly 4 million people in Ukraine. Then came World War II. I'm not gonna go too in-depth on the second iteration in the trilogy. That's for a future video. I heard it's good for ratings. However, since we're both tyrannical regimes that want to take over the entire world, I say we should divide Poland. Huh? I was actually thinking we sign a non-aggression pact, but Poland is being quite the nuisance, you know, by existing. Then we've got a deal. Hey Germany, you're getting mighty close to the border there, buddy. Thinking about stopping anytime soon? Germany. Meanwhile, on the Western Front, Germany and the UK exchange blows with bombs.
You can't last long.
Funny, that's what your wife told me.
Just surrender.
Suck my balls. Meanwhile, the United States was still pulling itself out of the Great Depression, and I guess Japan wanted to help. So they bombed the Pacific Fleet, missing the repair facilities in the process, and pulled the, neutral United States into the war, jump-starting its economy in the process. The new alliance between the US, UK, and USSR was already shaky to begin with, as the UK refused to open a Western front against Germany. And although this front did eventually come, tensions didn't cease. Oh my god, thanks USSR! Yeah, what would we ever do without you? Oh, no need to thank me.
Listen here, you bastard. You're gonna be communist, and you're gonna like it.
As the Soviets spread their influence across the newly liberated countries, an Iron Curtain split Europe in two. The USSR and its satellites eventually became the Warsaw Pact, and Western Europe, the United States, and Canada eventually formed NATO. At the same time, the United Nations was formed, with 5 permanent member states in the UN Security Council: France, the United Kingdom, the US, China, and the Soviet Union. I'm sure this could never go wrong. And then, well, this.